where we had, all right, let's go on.
And we are at the county tallying center here in Bomet County. This is St. Mary's Girls Secondary School, which is the county tallying center for Bomet County. And today there's not much activity happening here because the results are still streaming in slowly. No official results have been made yet. No official results seem to be, an announcement is unlikely to be happening in the next few hours. So the place is literally abandoned. If you go into the room there, you'll just find the IBC officials seated there, waiting, looking at their screens, waiting to see what results come in. But no aspirants have appeared here yet. But Bomet County has a total of 5 constituencies, and in all these 5 constituencies, Jubilee aspirants have won the day, except for one constituency. It is Chepalungu constituency, whereby the Jubilee candidate Paul B lost to Gestion Koskei on a CCM ticket. So Chepalungu constituency, the member of parliament will be from the CCM candidacy. But Bomet was actually a very interesting county to look at in terms of these elections, because if you look at the gubernatorial race, it puts the incumbent Isaac Ruto on a CCM ticket against Joyce Laboso. But so far, Joyce Laboso is winning and Isaac Ruto is trailing. And yesterday we saw Joyce Laboso already beginning her celebrations around town with her supporters. She had this really big caravan and a truck, and she went to the Bomet Stadium, and her supporters followed her there because she was already in the lead with at least 67% of the votes of the votes that had already been cast at that point. And at that particular time, when she was already doing her celebrations, only 724 polling stations had been tallied out of the total 728 polling stations in this county. But right now, most of these polling stations have already been tallied, except for Konoin, which is what the IBC officials here are waiting for. And once the results from Konoin come in, then they'll be ready to call the election in this county. And Joyce Laboso was also here last night. We stayed here until late. She was here last night. She sat here with her supporters, waiting to see if the results would be announced then. But then the IBC officials said no, the results were still coming in very slowly. They were likely to make that announcement at 4 a.m. But then later on in the night, at around 11 p.m., they said no, the results would come in this morning at 8 a.m. But now it's 8:20, but still no sign that those results will be announced anytime soon. That is until Konoin results come in. Now, Bomet County, as I said, remember, was very interesting place to watch because Isaac Ruto is not only the incumbent governor, but he's also a NASA principal. And so far, since he began losing, we've not heard from him, we've not seen him, although his people said that he would likely speak to the media today, that is after the IEBC makes the official announcement. But already Bomet is alive with activity, Bomet is alive with celebration, celebrating Joyce Laboso's win. So we will still look to see what both candidates, both Joyce Laboso and the governor, will have to say about that. But remember, I'm in both Bomet and Narok County, and back in Narok County, the Narok North constituency, the incumbent member of parliament for that particular constituency, that is Moitalel Olekenta, was announced as the winner of the parliamentary seat in that constituency, that is Narok North constituency, which is the constituency in which Narok Town sits, and he won that that title, defending his seat, and he won it on an ODM ticket. The rest of the regions in Narok, they're still tallying them, although for Kilgore's constituency, the results, we had reports that the results were nullified because in one of the centers, the number of votes that were cast exceeded the number of registered voters. So the IEBC had no choice but to cancel those results. But the gubernatorial race in Narok is also very interesting to look at because it has Samuel Oletunai, the incumbent governor, who is defending his seat on a Jubilee ticket. And he goes head to head with CCM's Patrick Olentutu and ODM's Memusi, who is Joseph Memusi Tiampati, who is also running for that seat for the second time. But if you look at those results, also Tunai is leading that race with more than 50% of the votes that have been counted so far. But it's still too early to say how it will go. The next person who is following him closely is CCM's candidate Tutu, who is coming up with at least 33% of the votes that have been counted so far. But again, we'll be keeping a close eye on that county as well as Bomet, and then we'll be telling you more about what happens here.